Hey friends, this is Michelle. Thank you for joining me today. I am working on a process video using the June edition kit from my Creative Scrapbook. Now, this kit is full of From the Garden by Michelle Coleman. It is a 49 and Market collection. And I didn't do an unboxing video this month. I had some technical difficulties, but it is a gorgeous collection. You'll have to check it out. And I am also participating in the Rainbow Crush YouTube Hop, and the color is blue. And so I thought I can pull enough blue in this collection in order to combine that challenge with my process video. So I am going to start the kit comes with flowers. There weren't any blue flowers, so I am just going to change that real quick. And I'm just using my Uncharted Mariner spritz to color a couple flowers. And I am going to use this picture. This is of my husband and I. I believe this was in Canada. And I really love the the open page look of this pattern paper. I am also going to use this cut file, Love Grows Here. I did get this off of My Creative Scrapbook website. This is available to any subscribers, all of their cut files. And I'm putting it on a blue diagonal striped pattern paper from the kitchen. So I am using my fine tip, my petunia bottle there to get that all adhered. And I just need to do, I think, my little filler pieces, my little O and my R's, and then I'll have that complete. So I had that pattern paper up earlier that had the book pages, and I really like that, but I wanted it to feel even more blue because the background that it was with kind of had a more neutral color with some blue leaves and such. You can see it there. And so what I decide to do is cut out this page design that is in this patterned paper, and I'm going to put it on a patterned paper that has a stronger blue presence. And so the challenge was really open as far as what color blue, which is great because these papers tend to lean a little more grayish blue. But I am going to just take a look through some of the elements and pull any blue that I think I might be able to use. I do like that doily as well. You get, I believe, either 2 or 3 doilies in the kit. So I am going to be coloring those as well. And here I'm going to cut out my paper. And I will also cut out most of where this will be covering on the pattern paper that has the blue dots, just so I can kind of save that a little bit. So I'm going to distress it, and then I am going to ink the edges with Uncharted Mariner. I believe for most of the inking, I use either Uncharted Mariner or Speckled Egg, I believe is the other one that I use. So yes, I'm just going to cut a bit of that out under that page, under those pages, just in case I need to use it elsewhere. And I do end up using it, so I'm glad that I cut that out. All right, so I have that all adhered now. I have inked my edges. Now I'm trying to figure out how I want to build this layout. So I'm going to start with inking my doily. And like I mentioned, this is Uncharted Mariner. And I'm going to do this above my title. I'm going to do just two clusters on this layout, one to draw attention to my title and the other to draw attention to our photo. And so many embellishments in this kit. Now, if you're interested in the kit, both Joanne Bartel and I think Sandy Clarkson both did unboxing videos, and so you can see all of the pieces that come with it. But if you're familiar with 49 and Market, you know that there is a plethora of embellishments. Now, I so wish I had a she shed, but I don't, and I don't know if it's because of the environment that I live in too. It seems more of a warm weather type of deal, and so I'm going to use that she shed embellishment, but I'm going to cover a lot of it up. I am inking my second doily there with speckled egg. And I am also inking my frame that I've decided to use around my photo, and that is Uncharted Mariner. So, but anyway, so you can kind of see just the roof of the she shed is peeking out from the right of our photo. I am going to use the stencil that comes in the kit, just under the two cluster areas. And so I'm trying to do it a little bit bigger than I typically do, just because I want to be able to see it, and lots of times I cover my stenciling or my mixed media work, and so I'm trying really hard to go big, and so I have most of that done, and then I am going to also use that stencil down below in a smaller way just on the doily, and so you're just going to be able to see a hint of it. So, all right, so going to darken that up a little bit. I wanted it to be a little bit darker, and then you'll see me doing some stencil work on that as well. And there I'm playing with that she shed, and that's what I end up doing. I want it to be part of that cluster on the right instead of kind of floating above. Going to use this little door, and there's a lot of punch outs that come in that door that you can use on your layouts as well, but I am just going to use the frame, and I'm taking a look. When you see me build this, because I'm going to show a lot of the building, and then I'm going to cut back with it adhered. I had my embellishment cluster going up that whole uh, uh, door, as you can see there, but I cut back a little bit so that it really is more focused on that bottom right corner. I do want to use a couple of the watering can or flower pots or those type of embellishments. So I'm taking a look to see which ones might work. Still trying to focus on mostly blue, but adding just a few pops of color here and there. And yeah, I think that I'm getting close, and you can see how far up that embellishment goes. That's not going to stay. That's a lot. Even for me, that's a lot. So now I'm bringing in my dimensional flowers, and that is just the little bit of a little darker blue that I think the layout needed to kind of break up those lavender and cream flowers that are in the ephemera. And so I'm happy with those. And I am still just trying to figure out how big I want my embellishments to go. And That one by the title will go away. That's a little distracting. And I have a couple little word strips I want to work in. And in general, I do like my word strips to be cohesive. So they either need to be the same color or the same style. And so these two are different colors, but they are both a striped style. And so that is what I end up going with for those. So now I have most of my embellishments adhered. I am just going to adhere that flower pot and that word sentiment down below. Just trying to figure out if I like it closer to the flowers or a little farther up. I think it was kind of clashing with my face there a little. So I am going to do it a little bit lower. And I am adding these butterflies. And I will say I must have done it off camera. You can see my dimensional flowers. They were brown centers, and I just used a white paint pen to add white to those. And so that's a really easy way to change your flower centers if you so choose. So I just am going to add one more little element, this little plant stake, just to kind of break up the flower overdose there on the right. Now I am going to add some splatters, going to use white as well as Uncharted Mariner. And yeah, I think the only other thing I have to do is add some gems to my butterfly spines, and then that will be that for this layout. So be sure to check out the video description. That's where you'll find all the information for my creative scrapbook and with links so you can check out all their gorgeous kits. They have 4 different styles. There will also be information regarding the Rainbow Crush cup. So if you are interested in participating in Rainbow Crush, that is happening over at the Paper Snob community. We would love to have you. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I will see you on my next video. Be sure to stay tuned here for all of the close-ups. Thanks, everyone.